What up, everybody? We're gonna get lit in a couple of seconds. We're gonna turn up and we're gonna get it going. Yep. What up? So man, today we are doing a DOT inspection. See it? Let's see if I hold it like this to the side. It's still doing it. Don. All right, first. All right, guys. First, we're gonna start off is that we're going to check our tread depth on the tires, and you guys know they got to be within 4. So we have a 13, and we have a 13. You also want to check in 3 different spots now. So it's 2 different spots. We got another 13. Really go down low. Yep. Okay, we are within spec. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to see if I don't have a rag on me, but we're going to check our hub oil. This is our sight glass right here for our hub oil. This does not have hub grease, it has oil inside. And there is a little lever on here where it says add in full, and we are on the full mark, so we are good on this right side axle on the hub oil, and we also are full. The next thing we're going to do is that we're going to do a visual inspection, and we're going to look at the rim, and we're going to make sure that we don't have any type of oil debris or nothing like that. We don't see that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to check our tire pressure. These little hoses right here are off the tire inflation system. So on that note, what we have to do is we have to unloosen the hoses. We have to unloosen them, take them off. That this has a, uh-oh, come on. My phone be tripping, guys. Come on. Trying to fix the camera up for y'all. Or anyway, I'm gonna get to that in a second. So basically this has a tire inflation system. I hate the sound of that thing, man. My phone thinks it's riding a motorcycle and it's not. I will be getting a new phone very soon, guys. So anyway, this system has a tire inflation system. So basically what happens is that these lines right here goes to the trailer. The lines go through the hub, And when the tire pressure gets low, these inflation systems kicks on. You're going to see a white dot. Sometimes they're on the passenger side or the front side of the trailer, but majority of the time they're on the driver's side. This thing is really, really annoying me right now. Most of the time it's on the driver's side. And what it does is, come on. I just had this thing working good. All right, guys, so what it does is whenever the tire pressure gets low, it is going to fill up whatever tire is low. The white indicator light is going to come on at the front of the trailer and is going to fill up the tire. If a DOT inspector does see that white light on, you will get pulled over because on their note is they are thinking that the tire's flat, okay? All right, so this is some of the stuff that we got to do on our inspection. So we're going to go ahead and move over to the next axle. We're going to move over to our next axle. And guys, the DOT inspection, pretty much what I'm showing you guys, if you are owner operator, you can almost start doing this stuff yourself and you will pretty much know, certain things that I'm going to tell you if you're going to pass or not, okay? And you can also, you can get this form right here, you know what I'm saying? You can get it if you want to just type it in, Google it, and then they will give you like a go off of sheet for your DOT inspection. All right. So now we're going to check the tire tread depth on our back right rear. So we have an 11 outside and we have a 10 on the inside. So guys, remember I also told you that you also want to check the tread depth in more than one spot, guys. So you also want to check it in 2 or 3 spots to double check and make sure that you are not having flat spots. And what that means is you would check here, 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 around the tire to make sure you don't have any flat spots. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're also going to do the same thing as we did on the other one. On our other axle, we see our hub oil is down here. It is also full and we don't have any leaks or any type of oil debris around the rim. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to remove our tire inflation hoses and we are going to check our tire pressure. And one thing I always try to let you guys know and do is to do your pre-trips. You got to do your pre-trips, guys. It is very, very important for you to do so. It's going to save you in the long run, man, from breaking down, from having issues and all that type of good stuff, man. So I know a lot of you guys like to hook and book and get on the road, but man, if you guys only knew and start practicing how to do a pre-trip and to do it safely, and I'm going to be completely honest, the more you do it, it's going to come a routine for you, and it's going to flow faster for you, and it's not going to take as much time as normal. Okay, so we have 190 psi in the tires, so we are good on those. And like I said, whenever the tire pressure gets low, the air inflation system has a air regulator on it, and you can set it to whatever tire pressure that you want. Right now, these are regulated to 100 psi. So what that means is that whenever the tire gets low under 100 psi, the tire inflation system is going to kick on. You're going to see that white light in front of your trailer. You guys wonder what that is, and like a lot of people think it's ABS. No, it's not ABS. It is your tire inflation system is on. The only thing, the bad part about it for me is that I would think is that it would be very, very nice to know what tire is low that the tire inflation system is working on, whether if it's the left front or right front, you know what I'm saying? What position of the tire that is low, so you can be able to watch that. And that's the only deflaw that I see with the tire inflation system that it does not have an indicator to let you know what actual tire is low and getting filled with air. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if eventually that they might come out with it. I have no clue, but it would be very, very nice to know, especially for you guys, drivers, owner operators, and all that type of good stuff, um, to know which actual tire is low. Okay? So, there we go. Now it's not doing the shake anymore. See, it goes in and it goes out. We have Brian May. What up, gang? What up? What up? It says love more. We got love more in the building. Say hi to everybody in the chat. So basically right now we're going to do the same thing. We are going to do a visual inspection, and what that is, guys, we're going to make sure that we don't have any type of oil debris or nothing like that around the rim, around the hub, anywhere, because if so, that means we have a leaky hub, and we definitely do not want to be losing fluid, and eventually will cause some serious issues with our hub bearings and all that type of stuff, because you do not want to run your hub bearings dry. All right. So now I'm checking the tread depth on the tires. And remember I told you guys that you want to check it in a couple spots. And there we go right there. So our outer tire is going to be a 13. If you don't have one of these, if you're an owner operator, you're definitely going to need you a tire indicator to let you know your tread depth, which is tread depth gauge. You also going to need you a tire gauge so we can check that tire pressure. Is very, very important. And most of all, if you are dealing with a tire inflation system, you're going to need you a set of pliers or some vice grips, and that's just to unloosen the hoses right here to get them off to check the tire pressure. All right. And the next thing that we're going to do also, we're going to check our lug nut indicators to make sure they are all facing the same way. And what they do is the lug nut indicators is going to indicate whether or not the lug nuts are loose. How are you going to know that? Well, the position that the lug nut indicators are going, that is the way that it is going to tighten. So they're going to the back on the driver's side. So all of them are going down. So anytime you guys see any of these indicators facing any way but the right way, get into the fastest terminal that you can get in or truck stop and get your lug nuts retorqued. All right. So right now we're checking the tire pressure. We are at 100 psi. Like I said, guys, the tire inflation system the pressure is regulated to 100 psi. What does that mean? That means that it's not going to go over 100 psi. Whenever the psi drops down, the tire inflation system is going to kick on and it's going to air up whatever tire is low. Right? And I've already told you guys to let you guys know the only thing that I really hate about the tire inflation system is that it doesn't really let you know what actual tire or axle is low on tire pressure. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to all get together and vote and let the tire diesel company know that makes this tire inflation system for them to make a valve stem sensor. You know what I'm saying? Anything that it would also let us know, you know what I'm saying, when the tire pressure is low. All right? So we're going to do that. So we can go ahead and tighten these bad boys up. That is good. And guys, a DOT inspection normally only takes from 30 minutes to an hour. Always remember that, guys. So your pre-trip should take you 30 minutes to an hour. That's why you guys should get to your trucks a little bit earlier if you are a driver, if you got your CDLs, if you're going on the road. I see a lot of drivers, and what they do is, guys, they come in and they hook to their load, and they come in maybe 15 minutes early. Sometimes not even that, man. They are coming in running late. You haven't had time to do your pre-trip on a tractor or a trailer. You know what I'm saying? What you should do it on your tractor. As soon as you fire that bad boy up, or unlock the door and it's warming up, whatever you're doing, you should be doing the pre-trip. They got an auto button that you can press that is going to, you know what I'm saying, run the whole sequence through the lights to verify all the lights are working. All right? Then once from there, you need to check like your glad hand seals, your airlines, and anything like that to do a visual inspection to see if you see anything out of the ordinary. Then you go and hook to your trailer. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got gas and all that in between. You hook to your trailer. As soon as you hook your 7-way to the trailer, you want to do it again. You want to push the button to do the automatic light check, and it's going to, you know what I'm saying, check your flashers, turn signals, all that good stuff. And also, you want to walk around the trailer, and you want to check for, do a visual inspection. And you know what I'm saying? You want to walk around, and the most important thing of all, guys, you want to check the tire pressure. I wish I could have, you know what I'm saying, create something for drivers and semi-truck drivers and stuff like that to create something that you guys can, you know what I'm saying, see the tire pressure on your cluster in your truck. That would be so cool. Like if you can like scroll over, it shows you a visual picture of the trailer, and then it also tells you the tire pressure. Well, unfortunately, guys, I have not came up with that situation yet. Hopefully one day they will, because that would help you guys out a whole lot, and also it would take away from you guys doing the pre-trip, which is the pre-trip is very, very important. But the tire pressure thing, I do agree with, to have something that you guys can have displayed, you know what I'm saying, or even a warning light. Hey, it's buzzing in the truck, and it's telling you that your left rear tire is getting low. You know what I'm saying? So we got one more axle to check, guys, and this right here is going to be our front axle. Our front axle. And what I'm going to do is we are going to do our tread depth first. Remember I said you want to check it in 3 spots. So the first spot was a 13. Our second one is a 14. You guys see that? And the third spot is going to be 16. So guys, always too, with checking your tread depth on your tires, the 3 positions that you check your tire pressure, your tread depth in, you want to go with your lowest reading. Whatever your lowest reading is, that is what it is, guys. So now we're on the inner, left front inner. So we have 13, first reading. Second reading, we have a 12. Third reading, and we have a 15. So the lowest one we had was a 12. So both tires are within 4, so they are within spec. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove our air indicator inflation hoses, right? We're going to unloosen those things. You guys remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey, right? Let's unscrew these bad boys out, and we're going to check our tire pressure. So right now we are basically maybe 40% done with our DOT inspection, guys. So the next thing we have to do is that we have to go underneath the trailer. We are going to check the shocks. We are going to check the brakes. You know what I'm saying? We are going to check to see if we have any hub leaks or anything like that. And that is how you do a DOT inspection. And then I have to put a new DOT sticker, and I have to fill out the paperwork. And guys, everything is documented down on a trailer when doing a PM or a DOT inspection. Always remember that. You're always going to need your John Hancock on all those different farms and stuff like that, guys. And also, every 90 days, you should get a DOT inspection. It's mandatory. Every 90 days, you have to do a DOT inspection, okay? So right now we have 90 and 100. We are definitely good on our tire pressure. So we're going to tighten these bad boys up. We're going to tighten them up. We're going to tighten them up. And in a second, once I get these tightened down, I'm going to go get a creeper and a light. So the next move we're going to do is we're going to go underneath the trailer, and I'm going to show you guys, you know, the rest of the inspection, what to do. And if you guys like, if you never feel out of form and you want to know how it works, if you guys want to see that, I will show you guys the DOT form and show you do's and don'ts that you want to do on the DOT form. If you guys want to learn that, or if you guys want me to just make a video and show how it works, it's all up to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm doing this because I like teaching people and teaching a lot of different drivers and stuff like that about doing and showing how important it is to do a pre-trip and all those things. A lot of people don't really know what to check. I done seen people get so excited with getting CDLs that they're not pretty much worrying about and thinking about whatever the instructor is telling them about the tractor or trailer. They figure, hey, I got my CDLs. It's time to get out there and make some of that good money. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to know the equipment that you're using. You definitely have to know the equipment that you are driving. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of stuff, guys, that I am noticing that I would have if I was driving a semi truck. So this morning I had to do a jump off on a semi, right? So if I was a owner operator or I drove for a fleet or anything like that, a couple things I would definitely have, guys. I would definitely have. It would be a must to me, a must and a plus. Number one, I definitely would have a tread depth gauge, a tire pressure reader, and a player of pliers and vice grips. You know what I'm saying? Real small tools, pliers, vice grips, screwdrivers, those type of things with me in the truck. I also would have a 14-inch wrench, a 10-inch socket, and what I would do with those two things, that I would always check my torque on my batteries, because the semi truck does vibrate. It does a lot of shaking and everything, and the batteries do move sometimes if the hold downs are not done right, that you can have loose battery terminals. All right. And the next and the last thing that I would have also a spare key, not inside the truck, not underneath the hood. I will actually have that bad boy in my wallet, one single key in my wallet. You know what I'm saying? To unlock the door. I would also have a jump box. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people like, oh, I don't have to, jump the truck off. I drive it. The company does it. But you guys got to think about this. The whole time that you are sitting waiting to get a jump, guess what? You are losing money. You are also losing your drive time. Now that's cutting into it. You know what I'm saying? All those things. It does take a little while, depending on who your company calls out, to come give you a jump and all those things like that. When you can be a little knowledgeable about plus and minus, positive and negative, and have you a jump box and be able to jump off your own truck and to get back on the road in motion. And also, guys, if you guys think about it, it can come and become a little small hustle for you, right? So I don't see a lot of guys with CBs anymore, but I do still see guys with CBs. And also, you know what I'm saying, as far as what I see in the trucking industry, like when you go to truck stops, the truckers always talk to each other. So you can also let people know, like, hey, introduce yourself, let them know, like, hey, if you walking around, you see anybody inside the truck stop or anything like that, they semi truck need a jump, like, hey, I got a battery pack, and I charge X amount of this if you guys want to get it started. And I'm not sure if you guys know, a jump start on a semi truck is $250 at the max. So you can charge from $250 to whatever you want to charge, or you can be reasonable like me. I don't really charge a lot to do the jump offs, depending on how far it is and things like that. But that's something that you guys can do, that you can use that money for, like, hey, that's my lunch money. I don't have to spend my money to, buy lunch or food or whatever while I'm on the road. That was money from me doing jump offs. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I would also have, I would have a lockout kit, guys, and that's something that, like I said, you can make some little side money while you're driving on the road. You know what I'm saying? You might even see a person in a regular car and lock their keys in there, and you guys can make a little money. So there's a little free game that I'm giving you guys today. A couple things that I will highly recommend if you guys are a semi truck driver, anything like that. Those three things I will highly recommend for people to have. And I'm gonna go ahead and run them down for you guys again before we move on to the rest of our inspection. And that would be to have a tread diff gauge, a tire pressure reader, and also I will have a small tool set, which is very small: vice grips, pliers, a couple wrenches, 14, 10, 13, uh, uh, um, screwdrivers. You know what I'm saying? If I had to replace my glad hand seals or something like that. And I also would have a spare key, not in the truck, inside my wallet. And I will also have a jump off box to jump the trailers off. And they vary from all different prices, guys. They got some from, I done seen some from $60 to $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So, and you guys got to think about it. You also got to think of it as this, like, okay, I bought a jump box. I paid $300 for it. So the first money that you make, the first $300 has to go back into the money that you invested. So after you pay yourself back the $300, everything is after that is profit. So why not use that and you know what I'm saying, and start you something. So let me go ahead and get a light, guys, and we're gonna go underneath the trailer and we are going to, you know what I'm saying, go underneath and check everything else out. And then after that, we will fill out our DOT form and we'll get this bad boy out of here and get something else. All right, guys, I have the light. I also got the creeper, and we are going to go underneath there, and we are going to do finish off our DOT inspection. Oh, and also the big thing I forgot to tell you guys, that the biggest part of the DOT inspection, that's really the first thing you want to do, is a light inspection. So you want to do your light inspection and check your turn signals, marker lights, brake lights. Make sure your ABS light is not on, and all those things. And what I always do is, I always like to do that first. I do my light inspection first, guys. Always. I do that first to go ahead and get that knocked out of the way. So right now, we're going to go underneath the trailer, and I am going to show you guys. You guys see I got my light. I am getting ready to show you guys what goes on underneath. Okay? That's what we're going to do. So, get our light here. So the first thing we're going to do is, guys, we're going to check our slack adjuster, nicely greased. We're going to check our airbags. It's not dry rotted. Okay? And I'm looking inside at the wheel seal. We do not have any leaks. And also our brakes are good. Our brakes are looking good. So now we go over to the other side, which now we're on the left side, and you want to look at the brakes. I see grease, and I see our hub seal. It is not leaking. And also, guys, we do not have any dry rot on our airbags. Okay? All right? So the next thing we're going to check, that is our air tank. We have an aluminum air tank. And also, I'm getting ready to show you guys something that's real important that I've been talking about, which is there. You guys know what that is right there? Drop some in the comments. Drop some in the comments, guys, if you guys know what that is. And I've been talking about it. So basically, we're gonna go ahead and turn this up too. So basically, that little box right there is our air inflation system. If you guys see it, it has airlines going to it and all that good stuff. And it also have a valve that I just turned off. And the reason why I turned it off is to show you guys that that is the off position, right? And you guys already see right here, it says regulated pressure is 110 PSI. So the highest air pressure you can put in the tire from this air inflation system is 110 PSI, right? So I wanted to leave that valve up like that to show you guys that a lot of times when a inspection is done, a PM is done, a hub seal is done, a lot of times the mechanic will turn that valve off so the air will stop flowing inside the tire and coming out of those lines. And it's started like the hissing sound and all that good stuff. So they would turn that off. So on my pre-trip, that is another thing that I definitely would look underneath the trailer. And you can come on the best way to see it is on the driver's side of the trailer, and it's right in front of the rear axle. So it's always in front of the rear axle. It's either here on this wall here, we're gonna call that the wall, or it's right here against this side right here, but it's always, always, always in front of the rear axle, okay? And like I said, the way the valve is right now up, that is turned off, okay? We're gonna turn it back on, and you just reach and you do that. A lot of times too, guys, that people will see the air inflation hose then ripped off or something like that, and the driver will actually come underneath the trailer and turn it off so he will stop having an air leak. So a lot of times, guys, you will have an air leak on your trailer, which is connected to your truck, and you think it's some major, and a lot of times the air inflation system could be leaking, and that will cause you to lose air. So always keep that in mind, guys, when you guys have an air leak and you keep wondering why every time I go to my truck, I have to sit there and wait and it has to air up. One big, huge problem that it could be is that you could there we go. My bad, guys. So the next thing we're going to do is I had a call. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to check the rear of the trailer, and we are going to check the shocks, leveling valve. So that's the move now, what we're going to do. And I'm also looking right there is our leveling valve. As you guys can see that our leveling valve is also intact, and it's also all still together and all that good stuff. So we are looking good on our DOT inspection. And also one last thing that I forgot to mention that I did on the front is that you also want to take a look at your brake chambers. So this is your brake chamber here, and what I normally do is that if you guys see at the bottom, you see that little moisture, water drips down, and I'll also make sure that it has this cap on, guys. If this cap is not on, you will have water, moisture, and all that type of stuff getting in there on your spring, and it will cause the spring to start wearing and also get rusty. And the next thing comes after rust is that it will break, okay? So how you can tell that you have a broken spring or not? So you want to do it as of right now without having any air applied to the trailer. You want to tap it. You don't hear any spring moving around, okay? Always remember that, guys. So right now, our DOT inspection is complete, and we also want to check our axle bushings. They are good. And that's it. That's all. If you guys want to know where the axle bushings are, I will show you. Our axle bushings are right here, because you guys see the axle beam and the bushings going there. If you guys see any type of like shiny metal or anything like that, you definitely want to go get it checked out. because you can have your trailer dog walking because your bushings are getting worn down on your trailer. All right. So yeah, man. So I just wanted to come on today. I told you guys we're gonna get back to start going live every day, and we're going to get back to kicking you guys, telling you guys about the actual factuals that's going down on a tractor and or a trailer. All right. So yeah, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, we're having another giveaway coming at 5K, guys. My giveaways, there's nothing that you guys have to pay for. There's no money involved. There's anything like that. All you guys got to do is subscribe to the channel, hit that post notification bell, so when I go live or anything like that, you get notified, and just pay attention on the lives. And how you can win is that I ask questions, guys. The last giveaway I had, I asked 3 questions and I gave away a custom chain. Yes. So if you guys are interested and you want to join the my family, my YouTube family, and you guys want to be part of the team and everything, like I said, guys, stay tuned. We have the giveaway coming soon. We are very close to 5K, and I have you all to thank for that. And let's keep going to the top, man. Let's keep going and going and going. And like I said, man, if you have any family members, anybody like that, that they deal with mechanics or anything like that, tell them about the channel, guys. You know what I'm saying? Tell them about the channel. Let them know. You know what I'm saying? Because we should all be networking anyway. If you're not networking, you are not working. So guys, you know, anybody that's a semi-truck driver or anything like that, tell them about the channel. Show it to them. Share it to them, so they can also, you know what I'm saying, be informed and join the family. On that note, you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you do your pre-trips. Let's go. We out.